Today for your reading, we're doing shared reading. So that means we're going to share the job. I will do some reading and you will do some reading too. Afterwards, I'm going to ask you some questions about what we read, and we'll also do a little bit of sight word and letter sound practice. So first things first, I'm going to take a look at my title. Bear needs help. Interesting. And I'm also going to take a look at what kind of story this is. This is animal fantasy, and that means it is a fiction story. So fiction means it's made up. It's not something that really happened. And you can kind of tell that this is a made up story because if you look at the pictures, these animals are wearing clothes. Looks like they're painting a room. And in the story, I also see some quotation marks. That means these animals are probably talking. So those things don't really happen in real life. So before we start reading, I want to tell you a couple of words that I think will be important for you to know before you hear the story. So the first word I want to tell you about is this word hire. So when you talk about hiring somebody, that means that you're paying somebody money to do a job or a service for you. So you might hire somebody to paint a room for you. You might hire someone to cut your hair for you. When you hire someone, you're giving that person money to do a job for you. The next word I want to talk about is this word pals. You guys know what pals mean? Pals is just another word for friends. So when they talk about pals, this is another word for friends. Another word that they talk about in this story is the word pale. They talk about pale rose. So pale is like another word for light. I'm going to show you a picture here. So you can see here, both of these colors look like what? Looks like the color pink, right? And sometimes people call this color rose because a rose can be a light pink color. It can also be a dark pink color. But rose can come in different shades. So this we would call dark pink. And this one that's a little bit lighter, we could also call pale rose. Okay? So when you hear this word pale, they just mean a lighter color rose. All right, I think we're ready to begin. So for this first read, I am going to read and you just have to listen. So please put on a listening cap and listen while I read. Bear needs help. Bear wanted his kitchen painted, but he didn't have enough money to hire someone. So he called his pals. Help me paint my kitchen, and I'll take you to the movies, he said. His pals agreed. That means they said yes. And Bear chose a pale rose color. Color right here. When the painting was done, they went to the movies. They all got what they wanted. All right. For this next read, I'm going to have you do an echo read. So I will read first, and then I'll point to the words, and it will be your turn to read back to me. Here we go. Bear needs help. Bear wanted his kitchen painted. But he didn't have enough money to hire someone. So he called his pals. Help me paint my kitchen. Don't forget your bear voice. And I'll take you to the movies, he said. His pals agreed. And Bear chose a pale rose color. when the painting was done, they went to the movies. They all got what they wanted. Nice job. So while we were reading that, I was noticing that there's some things in this story that the characters wanted. So I wanted to ask you some questions and see if you can answer. Remember when you answer to say the whole thing, say the whole sentence. So my first question is, what does Bear want in the story? Did you say Bear wanted his kitchen painted? That's right. He wanted to paint his kitchen. But why couldn't Bear hire someone to paint his kitchen for him? That's right. He couldn't hire anyone because he didn't have any money or he didn't have enough money to pay somebody to do the painting job. So at the end of the story, it says they all got what they wanted. All of the characters got what they wanted. How did that happen? How did all of the characters get what they wanted? So first we have to think about what Bear wanted. And then you have to think about what the other characters wanted. So Bear wanted his kitchen painted, and his pals or his friends all wanted to go to the movies. So because his pals helped him to paint his kitchen, Bear was able to give them a trip to the movies. So Bear got his kitchen painted, and his friends got to go to the movies. So everybody got what they wanted. So now that we're finished reading, I'm going to read through the story one more time, and if you want, you can read along with me. And then we're going to look together for some sight words that we know, and we'll also look for some words that begin with sounds that we know. So let's read through one more time. Bear needs help. Bear wanted his kitchen painted, but he didn't have enough money to hire someone. So he called his pals. Help me paint my kitchen and I'll take you to the movies, he said. His pals agreed, and Bear chose a pale rose color. When the painting was done, they went to the movies. They all got what they wanted. So, first things first, I want to see if you can find words that begin with the letter P. So take your time and see how many you can find. Words that begin with the letter P. Did you find some? The first one I noticed was the word painted right here. And they talk about paint a lot in this story. So I see it again here and also down here when the painting was done. And there was also that word pals, his friends. So I see that word here and then again right here, his pals. And then there was that word pale. Remember the color that Bear chose for his kitchen? Pale rose. All right, next I want to see if you can find a sight word. Can you find the sight word to? T-O, to. Can you find it? How many times can you find it? Did you find it twice? I see it right here. Bear didn't have enough money to hire someone. And also at the end of the story, where did they go? They went to the movies. And last sight word I want you to try to find is the word me. M-E, me. Can you find the word me? Did you find it? Can I find it? Oh yes, there it is. He said, he called his pals, help me paint my kitchen. All right, thank you guys for reading with me. Good job. I'll see you later.